Oh, I just realized I was on mute the whole time I was talking. Ha, that's always fun. Morning. All right, so any props that you want today? Nothing specific that you need? Maybe just a nice Mexican blanket or something of that sort? Good little padding for your knees. And when you're ready to settle yourself into child's pose, so you can use this right underneath your knees. You can roll it up and put it behind your ankles. So go ahead and find your child's pose. Make a little pillar, a little support for your forehead. And just let yourself settle in. Get comfortable, wiggle around a little bit. And then really allow yourself the time and the space to breathe right here. Just start your morning off in this gentle way. Just letting your breath come a little bit more crisp into focus. That might mean a little slower, a little longer, or it could simply be this morning just to let yourself breathe, to let yourself feel breathing in and out. Letting all your thoughts that maybe have swirled around from waking up this morning, just letting them settle down like little pieces of snow in a snow globe. And then it becomes even clearer and easier to let your breath take center stage. Checking in to make sure your knees feel comfortable. Your shoulders and elbows are relaxed. Let your lower row of teeth move away from your upper row of teeth. And feel that front portion of your brain supported, whether it's on a prop or the floor. Just let your mind rest for these moments. It's not that you want to stop all thinking, but it doesn't need to be front and center. We still need our brains to help make the connections to ask our body to move in a certain way, to focus on breathing. But here you're really just allowing the peanut gallery to quiet down. And not the peanut gallery around you necessarily, but we all have one in our own heads. Just about one more minute here. And then when you're ready, and only when you feel good and ready to come out of your child's pose, you might need to stretch your arms forward, find that little bit of resistance from your hands pressing forward and your hips going back a little farther. And then inhale, allow yourself to come up into tabletop with your knees touching all the way together. Extending your left leg behind you, toes tucked under. And then reaching your right fingers ahead of your shoulder, fingertips on the floor. So you're basically in a bird dog without your hand and your foot off the ground. But I want you to find level hips. So you might need to move your hips around a little bit and find where your hips and sacrum are pretty level to the floor. And if you have really long arms, you might want to come down even onto your left forearm. And then use your breath. Inhale, lift your left arm and right leg. Exhale, toes and fingers tap down. Inhale up, exhale down. So just start to make this small range of motion with your breath. Up as you inhale, tapping down as you exhale. Using your entire inhale to lift and your entire exhale to lower. So watch if you're getting speedy with it this morning. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Good, and then just come to neutral tabletop. And give a little swish side to side with your hips, right and left. And then let your inner knees come all the way back to touch. Moving to your other side, right leg, left arm. And before anything lifts off the ground, move your hips around a little bit. See if you can find that level neutral space. If you did your other one on your forearm, go ahead and bring your right elbow down to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, fingers and toes down. Do your best to breathe in through your nose. You can always exhale how you want. Out of your nose, out of your mouth. That's your call. Notice if your arm or leg is moving faster than the other. Yeah, there you go. Nice adjustments. Our leg usually has a little bit more density, so you might find your arm going a little quicker. Even it out, take 2 more. And then come back down, fingers and toes. Hand and knee down, tabletop all fours. Scoot your hips over to the left as much as you can. Turn your head and look back for your right heel. Inhale to center, exhale, hips to the right, turn and look left. And do that a few more times each side. Going as far as it feels good, but not too much or too little. And then as you come back to center, reestablish your inner knees together. Left leg back, right arm forward. Just one time lifting up and holding your focus with your eyes. So more of that traditional bird dog, just reaching out with your fingers, reaching back with your toes or your heel, and really trying to keep that level sacrum. Yeah, nice. You can always take your right arm a little wider if your shoulder feels like it's getting a little too close to your right ear. One more breath. Exhale, toes and fingers down. And then hand and knee down. Right leg, left arm, level in your back body, and then lift up, hold the shape. Keep breathing. Again, notice if you have a tendency to want to lift up to your highest point. Not necessarily necessary right yet. Reach forward with your fingers, back with your foot. Concentrate with your eyes. One more breath in. Exhale, fingers and toes down. Then hand and knee down. Give it that wag side to side, right and left. And then give your arms a little momentary break. Wiggle back into child's pose. Stack your forearms, rest your forehead. Let your shoulders hang down. Let your belly hang between your legs. Just let your low spine and navel relax. One more big inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale, come onto your forearms. Don't interlace your fingers. Just stack your elbows right underneath your shoulders. And we're all gonna do the bird dog on our forearms. So left leg, right arm ahead, left elbow right under your shoulder, and then lift up. Yeah, so it's just bird dog with your left elbow down. Try to get that evenness in your lower spine and sacrum. Both hip bones pointing towards the ground. And then take your right arm to that wide V. So a little bit out to a diagonal. And then make your neck longer. Nice. Keep breathing. There you go. Just more space for your shoulder. More extension for your neck. Bend your back knee. Flex your foot. Sole of your foot up to the ceiling. And then just press your knee up an extra ½ inch. Find your balance with your eyes. Your evenness with your breath. One more inhale. Exhale. Straighten your back leg. Reach your right arm forward. Right elbow down. Left knee down. Just take an exhale to pause in the center. Then to the other side. Right leg. Left arm. Make sure your right elbow is pretty stacked under your shoulder and then lift. Especially allowing your left hip bone, the front of your hip, to point to the floor. Start to reach your left arm out to the side. A little bit more at that V shape. Letting your upper back be broad. Start to bend at your right knee, sole of your foot parallel to the ceiling, and then press your knee up ½ inch. Still breathing the whole time. One more inhale. Finishing with your exhale. Inhale, straighten your leg, reach your arm forward. Exhale, both elbows down, both knees down. Now you can walk your knees back a little bit, walk your elbows forward a little bit ahead of your shoulders and come into puppy pose. Your head doesn't have to touch the floor. You're starting to get a gentle opening in your chest. And if you feel your feet pop off the floor, maybe cross your ankles, using the weight of one ankle to keep the other down. One more breath in. All your air out. And then come up so your shoulders are a little more over your elbows. Walk your knees back. Come into Sphinx pose on your belly. Maybe with your legs a little bit more separated than normal. Elbows right under your shoulders. Hug your elbows back. Push your forearms down. Lift your chest up. And just breathe here. Try to have your chin be parallel to the floor, so not all the way back, not all the way down. Just right in the middle with your head floating at the top of your spine. Good. Notice if you're overly clenching your glutes. It's okay if they're a little active. One more time, hug your elbows back. Push your forearms into the floor. Breathe in. And then exhale, come all the way down. Arms by your side, palms to the floor, forehead down. Good. Just lift the front of your shoulders off the floor. So it's the same thing as squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lift your head up a few inches, maybe 2 or 3. Maybe a little bit more. Start to keep on hugging your shoulder blades towards one another. And you don't have the assistance of a clasped hand to do this. You're really using muscular effort to move your shoulders in space. On your exhale, slowly come down, take a pause on your belly. Maybe that nice long vacation breath out. And then again, hugging your shoulders, so heads of your shoulders, fronts of them lift, chest up, chin in, looking straight down, and just find that muscular effort. Little squeeze of your shoulder blades on your upper middle back, light touch of your hands on the floor. Nice, everybody. And then be a little longer from your toenails to the top of your head. One more inhale. Exhale, gently come back down. Pause on your belly, relax your glutes. And then this time, clasping your hands. So you're gonna have a little bit more assistance with your own body, really hugging your shoulder blades together. Knuckles reach back, start to lift up. It's just a gentle lengthening action on your arms as you keep your chin in, top of your head reaching. Breath to its fullest extent. You might need to check in with your jaw or those outer little parentheses with your nose. Just move your face around as you feel your belly press into the ground as you inhale and move towards your back as you exhale. One more breath. Slowly come down. And you can either just rest in stillness, or if you'd like a little windshield wiper, flexing your feet, bending your knees, if that feels appropriate, or you just want to, go for it. As you start to come back to center, everyone hands underneath your armpits, press your way into a tabletop again, inner knees together. Bird dog, left leg, right arm. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand, either for your foot or ideally for your ankle. Yep, and then just a gentle lift up of your chest, up of your knee. Nice. Good. So it's opposite hand to foot. Really feeling your shoulder blade get even closer towards your upper mid back. As slow as you can, inhale, unwind, back into bird dog. Level out your hips. Exhale, fingers and toes down. Hand and knee down. Beautiful, other side. So you know where we're going, but still really take the journey one piece at a time. Reaching, lifting, bending, trusting your right hand so you can reach back to find your ankle, flex your ankle, and then find a lift. So a lift of your heart center, a lift of your knee, feeling that inner left shoulder blade. You can get some nice massaging action on that inner edge. Keep your face at ease. Slowly unwind on your inhale, back into bird dog. Exhale, fingers and toes down. Hand and knee down. One more time each side. And again, just take it one step at a time. One little bite at a time. Bend. You might need to look back so you can see if you need to bring your heel closer to get a hold of your foot or your ankle. And then that nice little lift slowly as you inhale. Eyes on one spot. Breath all the way in and all the way out. And a little resistance of your foot back into your hands. So your toes are trying to reach to the wall behind you. Staying here a little bit longer. Use an inhale to come out of it into bird dog. Belly to spine. Stay a little longer. Exhale, toes and fingers down. Hand and knee down. One more time, other side. Good, just going one step at a time. Think about inhale, brightening up when you have the connection of your hand to your foot or ankle. Trusting your right hand and your left knee to keep you balanced. Keeping your breath to help you stay focused on this posture. Just a few more rounds of in and out. Inhale, find your bird dog. Level it out. Exhale, fingers and toes down. Hand and knee down. And just try to hold a neutral tabletop for a second. So that was a pretty big, almost cow-like shape in your back. So before you take one long cat stretch, hold that neutral position for one more breath. And then feel like someone's attached a string right in the middle of your back, and that's the point you're gonna pull up from cat pose. And hang out here for several inhales and exhales. Just enjoying that expansive feeling in your back, in your lungs, your rib cage, your diaphragm, your kidneys that live back there, all the good stuff. Maybe your chin pulls in just a little more to your chest. Use your inhale to exaggerate this shape a little bit more. And then slowly come to neutral. Nice, everybody. And it feels interesting to hold that shape for an extended period of time. Get ready for your downward dog. So toes under, hips up and back, extended arms with your soft knees. And if movement feels appropriate and right to go into right away, you can sway, you can walk it out. If stillness calls to you, stay still and breathe. You always have options. Your time, your body here. Exhale, bend both of your knees, shift your eyes forward. Take some steps so your feet get to your hands, forward fold. We're gonna do some traditional sun salutations, even with a chaturanga this morning. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Keep that little bend in your knees. First one, take it slow, reach out. Then reach up till you fully come to stand, arms overhead, yeah. And then exhale, reverse it down. Inhale, find that table strong position in your back. Exhale to your plank pose. And I know everyone here knows a proper chaturanga, but for this first one, let's all drop to our knees. Inhale, still give a little shift forward, even on your knees. Exhale, elbows in. So you're still hovering away from the ground. Inhale, upward dog. Really nice. Exhale, you can move through with your knees down or knees up, downward dog. Adjust your feet so they're not as far back. Adjust your breath so you can stay here for about 5 rounds of inhale and exhale. Stretch into the webbing of your hands. So your fingers are apart from each other. Your palms are rooting down and forward. And if you're not really counting your breath, go ahead and take one more before bending your knees, looking to your hands. Walking with your other foot first, so it's probably your non-dominant foot. Walking it up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, gentle fold. Reach out, then reach up all the way over your head. Exhale, reverse it down. Inhale, halfway. Hands anywhere on your legs. Exhale, plank position. And if your wrists are already feeling it, maybe come onto your knuckles. You're welcome to bring your knees down. Inhale, shift forward onto your tippy toes. Exhale, a solid chaturanga. Inhale, full lift. Arms straight, legs extended. Yeah, exhale, your downward dog. Take your time and your pathway to get there. 5 breaths again here. Notice if you've left yourself in too long of a dog, shorten it just a tiny bit. Inhale, knees bend, gentle gaze forward. Step, if you're feeling hoppy this morning, you're welcome to hop. Inhale, half up. Extend to the top of your head, exhale down. Inhale, reach out and up. Now, that was 2. Take 3 more on your own. You can do that exact same set. You can take anything out that doesn't feel good for you this morning. You can put anything into your sequence that's going to make you feel even better, even more in your own body this morning. Go at your own timing. Just aiming for 3 full rounds. Knowing that there's other people moving and breathing with you at the same time, even if you're not in the same physical space, you can still feel that we're doing it together, which is so nice. You're welcome to hit the pause button in any of the postures you take. And again, deleting any from your sequence, adding any in. 1 more round. All working towards collective space to get to mountain whenever you get there. Right? You're basically on your own road trip when you step onto your mat. You never need to get there at the same time as anyone else. When you do get to mountain pose, palms forward as tall as you can be. Lifting all 10 toes off the ground. And then just start to foot rock a little bit from your toes to your heel. Without skipping over the balls of your feet, just so you notice where you're standing on the floor, standing on your mat. Just a little rock forward and back. Then coming back to center, taking your feet just a smidge wider so you can safely rock a little side to side. Just a little more weight to your right foot, then to your left foot. And then back into center. And if you like this wider stance, stay with it. If you want to come back to inner hips width, come back there. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, simply bend your elbows, cactus your arms, open your pec muscles. Stretch up. Exhale, elbows back down. So just do this a handful of times. Feeling a little fireworks like in your fingers. Again, the webbing of your hands. Keep a tiny bend in your knees, always and forever. And then after your last one, hands to your hips. Looks like most of us are at the top of the mat, so if you're not there, go ahead and move yourself to the top. Hinge 45 degrees with your upper body. Right foot stays at the top, left leg goes back. Runner's lunge with a lean. You can always take your feet a little wider to the sides if that makes you feel more stable. Interlace your fingers behind you, knuckles back towards your left heel, but keep your belly, instead of pushing it forward like this, you're gonna pull your back towards your forearms. There you go, good. Lift your toes on your right foot. Feel your arch lift up to help you balance. And then press your toe pads down to help your knee feel more stable. One more breath in. Exhale, release your clasp, left hand down, twisted lunge, right arm up, and you might want to wiggle your left toes back as you rotate from the center of your torso. Reach up with your right fingers while staying light in your left hand. Last breath in and out. Unwind on an inhale. Slight bend in your left knee. Take a few steps up. So your left foot's up to your right foot. Reach your right foot back. Coming into the leaning forward runner's lunge. So hands on your hips. Interlace your fingers the funky way. So opposite index finger, opposite thumb. And then let your back move towards your forearms. So you're literally trying to touch your low spine to your forearms. Your forearms don't really leave your back, you're just reaching them towards your right heel. Lift your left toes up. Feel the 3 points underneath your left foot. And then press your toe pads down, a little energy pulling back towards your knee. One more breath in. Exhale, unclasp your hands. Right hand lightly down for support, left arm stretching up. Great place to make sure your left knee stays right above your left ankle. Maybe moving your belly just a touch away from your inner left thigh. And your legs are doing most of the holding effort. Just about 10% should be in your right arm. One more inhale. Finish with an exhale. Inhale, left hand down. Slight bend in your right knee, as many steps up as you'd like. Come right into a half lift. Working your back muscles. Shifting some more weight to the balls of your feet. Arms out behind you, palms up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades. So just use, it's called your rhomboid muscles, to hug your shoulder blades together. Pull your belly button up and in towards your back. Yep, looks good. And it should feel like effort. Lift all 10 of your toes now. Feel static in your shape, but movement in your breath. Good, slowly rise up, arms overhead, toes are still lifted. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down, toes down. And just stand back in mountain pose. Palms forward, chest up, maybe you close your eyes. It's like you're going off the high dive that lives up in your brain, and you're diving all the way down towards your heels. All right, they might need to be 2 separate mental dives. What's happening on your right side? And then you're swimming around in that bottom of your right foot. Then you take a dive all the way from your brain down to your left side. What's happening on this side of your own body? And then as you feel yourself in both of your feet, open your eyes back up. Take a simple balance, hands to your hips, right foot an inch off the floor, just an inch. Right foot down, left foot, an inch. Left foot down, right foot 3 inches. And notice if you're going Tower of Pisa on your body, try to stay center. Switch. Good. Now go a little bit higher. Maybe it's a foot off the ground with your right foot as your chest lifts up. Foot down. Left foot up. Good, 12 inches. And then down, back into mountain pose. Now, I want you to pick, I know everyone on the screen has a balancing posture that your brain is just like, yeah, I really hope she doesn't call out X, Y, Z. So whatever that is, that might come up for you, I want you to take that for about 5 breaths on each side. So I'm not gonna give you any prompts other than that. So balancing pose, 5 breaths each leg. Got some warrior 3s, some standing pigeon, some hand to big toe of the foot. Good. At least 5 breaths. You're welcome to take more. Remember, take it step by step to come out of the pose, basically to deconstruct it. And then you'll reconstruct it on the second side. Really thoughtful transitions, everybody. Nice job. Got some half moon. Make it less of a struggle by choosing to focus on your breath. Good. Feel until you're equal side to side, and then again, deconstruct it. Come back into mountain pose. Yeah, nice. So glad nobody chose dancer pose, because that's the one we're gonna do all together. Jen, you might have chose it though because your camera's off. And it's okay if you did, you just get to do it a second time. Start with your outer ankle, bending at your left knee. Taking a hold of your outer ankle with your left hand. So it's different than what we did in bird dog because it's same arm to that side. Right arm parallel to the floor. Feel a little press down through your right foot, lift up, and then exhale, reach into it. So we did this last week. There's a reason why we're doing it again this week, and you'll find out in a little bit. You can slightly be open to the side. You don't have to be perfectly squared off forward or down. One more inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, reach your right fingers forward, left knee back. And then slowly step out of it one piece at a time. Your arm, your left knee, release, and pause in the center. Typically, right, we're gonna go right to the other side, but instead we're gonna change it up. Do it one more time on this side, holding your inner left ankle. So it's a little bit more opening for the front of your shoulder. Flex at your foot. Reestablish your right arm forward. Again, press through your right foot tall, and then reach into it. And you're pretty much in a half bow shape. Not staying quite as long, so we don't want to overwork your right leg. 2 more breaths. Come out of it one body part at a time. Doesn't matter which one you start with. Good. Mountain pose, still right away. Close your eyes, right? Literally imagine a mini you on a high dive, and you're diving down just the right side of your body. The inside of it, all the way down to your right foot, noticing any sensations. And then notice how those sensations start to lessen and dissipate throughout your right side. You can still feel them lingering. When you're ready, open your eyes. Other side, start with your outer right ankle. Knees fairly close. Reach forward with your left arm, but don't let your arm move out of the socket. Keep it in. Inhale, press through your left foot, lift up. Then exhale, right knee back, left arm forward. Natrajasana, dancer. Trying to keep your chest up and your chin up a little bit. Excellent balance, everybody. Give it just 2 more breaths. And then take it down one piece at a time. Slowly release. Give yourself that centering mountain moment. Then one more time, same side. Turning your thumb up like a hitchhiker, going for your inner ankle. Left arm extends pretty parallel to the floor. So that way you have a reaching out action. So lift up, then reach forward, reach back with your right knee. And you're gonna feel how that inner edge of your right shoulder blade is just really moving in towards your left shoulder blade. Again, not quite as long here, but feeling the energy in your left leg supporting you. 2 more breaths. Take it down one piece at a time. Step into your mountain. Right away, close your eyes. Again, little miniature you, like the size of a Polly Pocket, if you know what that is going off the high dive and down the left side of your body. Seeing what's happening as you descend all the way towards your left foot. Feel both of your feet. You're swimming around in the soles of both of your feet because that's what's connected to the ground. It's tethering you. But don't forget about all the way to the top of your head, reaching upwards. One more breath here. And then open your eyes. Now, go on any journey to get yourself back onto the floor with your belly on the ground. So if that means you want to take another sun salutation, if you like that movement this morning, if you just want to hinge forward, hands and knees down to come into tabletop, I just want everyone to explore to get back onto your belly. Taking 2 cobras when you get there. Less hands, more back body, doing the work. When you've taken your second Bhujangasana Cobra pose, arms by your side. Last major pose of practice is 3 times Dhanurasana, which is bow pose. It is essentially like a double dancer. So as you bend both of your knees, you might need to squeeze your shoulders, slowly reach back. Ideally for your ankles, knees come a touch closer together, and then it's a slow inhale to lift. Yeah. Know that you've got 3 to do, so you don't have to stay a really long time in the first one. Just slowly lower when you're ready. Let go of your ankles, come all the way back into neutral prone on your belly. Breathe into your lower back space especially. Don't rush to get them done. If you're ready for your second bow pose, start to move there. Maybe try to take your opposite ankle first. So for most of us, it's probably your non-dominant leg. Then to your dominant leg, flexing your feet. Knees move just a scotch more together, and then an inhale, you come up. And you stay up as long as it feels productive, even if it feels ever so slightly uncomfortable. Notice any rocking motion that happens as you breathe, super normal. Take a slow descent. If you'd like to keep your feet up this time, take that neutral time on your belly. And then a little windshield wiper, that's an option. It's just a very calm twist for your low spine. All right, there's just one more to do. And there are variations where your thighs can lift off the ground, but know that that's going to put more intensity at your lower spine. But keeping your thighs down and grounded will keep that area from moving a little more. So just consider that as you take your last bow pose. If you really want open shoulders and it feels accessible today, you can take your inner ankles in bow pose, but it's a lot on your shoulder. You might not even lift very high at all. Try to go for 7 to 10 breaths. Just to seal the deal. To make an imprint physically and mentally, but not a scar, right? We're just trying to make a little thumbprint, not a deep cut. Enjoy your last few breaths. Whenever you feel ready, you can slowly unwind all the way, extended arms and legs, neutral, to just let everything dissipate. Feel free to even point your toes in, ankles out. Spacious in your sacrum and low spine. And then to counterpose this a little differently, reach your right arm over your head. Bring your left hand like it's going to go into a cobra. Roll onto your right side. And your counter for this is going to be the fetal position. Make sure your head is supported and your knees are close up into your chest. And just breathe here. Cozy and full of air. At least 5 more breaths here on your side. Starting to move your way all the way now, supine on your spine. That's how I remember it, supine spine. Constructive rest, wide feet, knees knocking in. Again, because we just did a lot, and a lot does happen at our low spine here, we want to support it. So you can put your hands on your belly as you're in constructive rest. Feel your breath still everywhere in your body. Wiggle your shoulders away from your ears and let your head turn to the right side. And try to move towards that outer rim of your right ear, just to lengthen the left side of your neck. Inhale, bring your head to center, gaze to the ceiling, or your eyes can be closed. Exhale, head to the left, as close to your outer edge of your left ear as you can, with your left shoulder down. Use an exhale, head to center. Hands are going to move from your belly to behind your head, interlacing your fingers, elbows wide. You're going to pick your head up. We're not doing crunches. Don't think that's coming. It's not. You're holding the weight of your head with your arms, and you're just going to do a little swivel side to side. So a little flexion in your neck. Just some gentle length. Moving side to side. Yep, great, everybody. And then when you put your head back down, pretend like your head is a newborn baby, and that's how gently you have to put your head and lay it back down on the mat. Super slow, super supportive. And then come back into constructive rest, palms up, arms by your side. Close your eyes. So again, you're focusing more internally, and instead of thinking about it, If your body wants to go into any final shape or two before Shavasana, go there. Still a light attention on your breath as you take the last couple movements, shapes, stretches, or stillness. And working to set yourself up for a successful Shavasana. And that could just be sliding right into it. It might be a thoughtful lean to your side to come up to get any props, especially if you know you have a tender low back, a blanket snuggled up under your thighs, or a pillow under each thigh, or a blanket under your head, or legs up the wall. You guys know. I know you know, so really just go where you need to go. 5 whole minutes. To just rest. So find a little bit of your breath. Tiniest bit of movement. And without anything overly dramatic, move from your Shavasana into a tall Sukhasana, easy seat. Any way you'd like to get there, slowly. When you do arrive, hands together right in front of your heart, elbows down. Just feel what you feel. Body, brain, or breath-wise. How are you now after spending an hour with yourself? We'll end our practice this morning. 2 exhales, and on the third one, if you'd like to Om in your own space, you'd like to just listen, like to hum, do what you need to do on that third exhale. Inhale. Take a moment. Thank yourself for making the space for practicing this morning, for practicing with others just in this new way, for allowing me to just be your trail guide for your yoga practice this morning. When you're ready, let your eyes open, release your hands. You're also welcome to just sit and meditate if you have the time. Thank you all so much. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. And I'll see you guys all again next Friday, maybe. Bye. I will not be at the cookie shop this weekend, everybody. Taking some time off just in case you need to know. Mom, I wish you could come 1,300 miles to get the cookies. I know you would.
Sounds great.
Bye, Duncan. Bye, Jake Leroy. Love you, Mom.